Good morning, guys, and we are officially in the greenhouse. It always feels so much more official when we start seeds out here in the greenhouse. As of now, all the seedlings I have out here, my cabbage, cauliflower, and onions, were started inside and stayed inside for about 2 to 3 weeks, and we just recently moved them out here. Our cabbage and cauliflower look really great, but if you saw my last video, you know that our onions are struggling, and last night was our last cold night, and we got a low of 18 degrees. It's currently 52 in here, and our high was 102 within the past 24 hours. This documents 24 hours, but it does allow me to keep track of it on my phone. So, oh, that was 105. I was reading it through the camera. Anyway, today we are going to be starting some more onion seeds. I actually made a post about the fact that my last video was slightly dramatic. My onions, even with 18-degree temperatures, I do think we're going to get a good chunk of them that will bounce back and survive. But I did pick up these varieties. I picked up Walla Walla because I thought I had planted all of my Walla Walla onions. Turns out I still have a whole pack that I never even opened. So we're going to have plenty of Walla Walla onions this year. I picked up some more sweet Spanish. I had already started these in the 6-packs, but those are some of the ones that aren't doing so great. Actually, I want to say the yellow sweet Spanish are the ones that are holding up the best out of all of them. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to get any red Burgundy this year. I might have a few, but they don't look so great. And then I have one of the Texas Grano. I've never grown this variety before. I will be planting these and seeing how they grow. These are a short day onion, but so are my red onions. So I do have a couple more seeds left in this packet. I am going to try and plant these because I do love red onions. So we've got a lot of onions to plant today. I am going to be using 50% seed starting mix. I did bring a bucket about half full of my seed starting mix out, and I'm going to be mixing this with my favorite soil. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I've got another bag here. This is my current favorite soil. I did used to use, Coast of Maine when we lived in Maine, and it took me a couple years to find this, but I did find it last year, and this is highly comparable. I do think it is more local, so they service North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, that area. I don't know if they service outside of those areas, but if you are in Zone 7 and you're over here next to us, highly recommend. They have a garden soil, a raised bed mix, and a potting soil, and they are all very wonderful. Again, they are comparable to the Coast of Maine product. If you've ever used them, they're really great as well. If you're more northern, I do know that Coast of Maine now branches out, and you can order them from places like Ace Hardware, and other local nurseries can order them if you request it to have it delivered there because they ship all over the US. But this is the one that I am currently using that I really like. So I'm going to do about 50% this and 50% my potting soil to start my new onion seeds. I'm just so excited that we are out in the greenhouse. So I'm going to sip on my coffee and get my soil mixed, and then we are going to start some onion seeds. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention really quick. The onion seeds that I am starting today will be staying out in the greenhouse. If you saw my last video, I shared a couple of pictures of how the past couple years when we've started onion seeds, we start them early January, and they do stay out in the greenhouse the entire duration of growing. I was nervous because, again, this has been the coldest winter that we have had here in North Carolina since I've lived here. I was nervous about keeping them outside, rightfully so, apparently. But as of now, it looks like our temperatures will continue to climb. The lowest I saw was 26 degrees, and our greenhouse usually stays about 5 to 10 degrees warmer, even at night, even with the cold temps, without a heater or anything. So I do think that they will be okay for the next couple weeks while they germinate and while they grow, because by early to mid-March is when we like to plant our onions out. So I'm hoping it'll be warm enough here in the greenhouse that they will be thriving and be strong enough. We might have to wait until later in March to plant them out, and we might get a little later harvest, but they will be outside. I don't have any room left inside. I've started a lot of my peppers. I do have tomatoes started. I started my paste tomatoes, and I'll be starting my slicing tomatoes here shortly. So I'm going to be overrun with peppers and tomatoes in the house. And usually I like to get those outside when I get my cold weather crops that are in here planted out in March. But again, with the weather, we just don't know. So like I mentioned, I did bring out about half of a 5-gallon bucket of my seed starting mix. I will link that video down below and up top. Wow, my camera's really crooked. Hold on. Okay, I will link that video up top and down in the description if you're interested. It's really simple. It's just like 3 items. It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot better for your seedlings, things like that. And I'm just going to mix in some of this. Alright, I've got this all mixed up, and I've got a bunch of random trays that I reuse, 6-packs, 4-packs, things like that, and I'm just going to start filling whatever. So, let's see. I did want to try, I've seen people do a tray like this. They just sprinkle the seeds in and then separate them when they plant them. This is a watering tray, so it didn't have drainage, but because it's old and reused, it has cracked several times on the bottom, so there is plenty of water drainage. I am going to fill this up. Now all of my trays are inside. All these packs are just going to kind of be on the shelves here in the greenhouse. Alright, let me finish filling these and I'll be right back. Alright, so I still have about 1/3 of the bucket left. However, I am going to start seed in the packs that I've already filled, and if I need more, I will use the rest of it. Alright, so early in the season, this white bench is kind of my seed starting bench, and then I move stuff over there. As the season progresses, everything is covered with seedlings, so I'm going to use the space while I have it. And it looks like I've started 2, 4, 6, 8, 4-packs, and then this tray, like I said, I'm just going to sprinkle seeds in here, and we will see how they grow. So this is the red burgundy onion that I had started inside, and these are the ones that I think I have lost all of in my 6-packs over there. So I'm going to start by planting the rest of these. I am just going to sprinkle a bunch in. Again, these are a short day onion, and we are in a intermediate day zone. I will link my other onion seed video where I kind of go into depth on that. And because we are in an intermediate day zone, I have had success sowing both perfect. And now I'm just going to push the seeds down. I did not pack these 4-packs tightly, so I'm pushing them down, and I will cover them with the soil that I still have left over in my bucket. So I've just gone and pushed them down a little bit. And I'm going to take a handful from my bucket and just lay it over top, just like that. And then when I'm done planting all the seeds, I will come through and I will water these. But first I am going to label them so I don't forget what is what. So the first 3 4-packs are the red burgundy. I had a couple people mention when I posted my photo that they don't really have great luck with cherry more. However, if you watched my video where I talk about companies that I like and recommend, these are always my backup. They're fairly cheap. You get a ton of seeds. You can find them at any of your local stores, any of your local hardware stores. Even the Dollar General sometimes has them. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot. Sometimes grocery stores even have them. So I love these. I've never had a problem with germination. I've even started some of my beets. If you saw that video, were from Fairy Morse, and those have already germinated really great. All right, it looks like my baby is headed out to see me, so I'm gonna get to planting seeds, take a little break to feed him, finish my coffee, and then I will show you guys how many I have planted of each of these varieties that I have left. All right, guys, so it looks like I've finished planting the onions. I did have a full pack of Walla Walla onions left. Depending on how the season goes and how much room I have in the garden, I may just sprinkle these around and hope for the best. Usually onion seeds are one of those seeds that don't really last very long. You can maybe get 2 years out of them. I only bought those because I forgot that I had a whole packet left of these, and I planted all of my Walla Wallas in this tray. And it looks like I got about 3 6-packs out of each of the other onions, the red Burgundy, the Texas Grano, and the sweet yellow Spanish. Let me show you. All right, so this whole tray is our Walla Walla onions, specifically these ones from Organo Republic. Same brand, but the red Burgundy, I got 1, 2, 3 full trays. These Texas Grano Fairy Morse onions, I got 1, 2, and then half. And then I got, with the Fairy Morse Sweet Yellow Spanish, 1, 2, and half. So we did pretty good. I'm hoping that they all germinate really well. And as always, I will take you guys along as I continue to care for them and show you how they grow. Thanks for watching and happy gardening. I will see you guys next video.